We have the Trump assassination attempt. We have to talk about this, right? The wealthy are in trouble. We have more signs with regards to that. And apparently, there is a new threat to the U.S. economy. This is current events for Monday, July 15th, 2024. This is the foundation. I am Sot L, seeker of truth L, speaker of truth L, and definitely appreciate you being here. Let's jump into this dance, y'all. Okay, so look, first, we always got to say, check out welcome to the foundation.com. Welcome to the foundation.com, just like it sounds. Sign up for the email list. At the very least, you can throw your email in right there. Right there. You see my mouse right there. A lot of information on there, with regards to private trust administration, setting up private trust, doing things privately. That's our dance over here at the foundation. Also, link in the description if you are ready to learn how to privately administer trust, learn how to create trust, administer them, set up bank accounts, brokerage accounts, title property, vehicles, teach it to your heirs. This is it right here. Link in the description. The silver tier trustee training. I would say this is most affordable and comprehensive trustee training available, period, 100% period. And, that's coming from Sot. And we have that how to start a business. If you're ready to start your business, it works wonderfully in conjunction with private structures, specifically a business trust. We have the full entire dance, how to start your business. Link in the description. Last but not least, we have the Foundation magazine. We touch on topics that we don't touch on here on the episodes, the shows, the current events, all of the stuff that we put on the, on the internet. What's up with that button right there? It's looking weird. I'm going to fix that, but, sure it works. Digital edition, subscription, and we have the print edition if you so choose. I prefer the print edition. You do your dance. Let's jump into these current events. Associated Press. Y'all, we got to talk about this assassination. Listen, this attempted assassination. Listen, I don't like to get into, the clickbait. I don't like to get into, the drama and, stirring the pot of emotional buffoonery. But what I will say is this is very significant. This is very significant. It really goes to show that, there may be some desperate parties with regards to this next, presidential run. And the fact that the current, president appears to be having mental issues, to say the least. Who else is up there? Who else will be accepted? What is happening? What's going on? This may not be the last time. This is probably not going to be the only attempt on this man's life, but this is a big deal. Listen, how it happened, how it went down, how he got on the roof. I think this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Regardless of your political affiliation, a former president of the United States was almost assassinated this weekend. I just think, and some people would be like, well, he needs to be. And, I think everyone can have their personal opinion. But, there's some unprecedented things that are happening today. This is a crazy time to live. Hopefully that, you're doing your dance. We talk about gold and silver, holding it, real money. We talk about real assets. We talk about, getting your furnishings together as far as, having a food supply, water supply, emergency supply, things of that nature, if you can get out the city. But this is real right here. And, the next couple months, we got until November. The next couple months I believe they're going to be strange. I would say brace yourself. I would say, get ready. I'm not trying to incite any panic or anything, but these are the things that are happening, regardless of how you feel, if you spiritually awake or whatever. That stuff that wow, this is crazy, and that's all I'll say. Bottom line is, They're going to search for clues around the motive. They released the man's name. The man didn't live. A bystander didn't live. There's other people that got hit. It's some crazy business. There's people saying it was fake. If you can see the United States of America and the polarization that has taken firm hold of the populace, it's concerning to say the least. Let's move forward. Reuters. What Republicans won't say and Democrats don't like to discuss about U.S. inflation. What is it, though? Republicans want things to seem bad and stoke sentiment against the incumbent Democratic Party. Democrats want people to forget about the hardship high food and housing costs have caused on their watch and put sticker shock in the context of rising wages, or on the blame side, corporate profit. So it's not the current political party and therefore the current political motives and plans that are being carried out by by them that is causing this inflation, all this stuff, the crazy high food and housing costs. It's really if you put it in the context, you gained wage increases, so these increases aren't really anything compared to your wage increases, which is silly. Or it's the corporations trying to, they're getting greedy. They're greedy. As the two parties make their case and nominate their candidate, here are some of the things Republicans aren't likely to mention at the convention, and a few the Democrats would prefer people ignore during theirs. But what it is ultimately, I would say, it's unemployment. 100%. At a July 9 hearing with the Fed chair, Senator Steve Daines read off his shopping list of inflation complaints, including that cereal prices had jumped more than 25% under Biden. That's true. Ultimately, they don't want to speak about unemployment. That's what I'm getting from this thing. Neither party wants to talk about the unemployment. And I think that's something that needs to be spoken about. Speaking about spokens, the U.S. economy faces a new threat. That new threat we were discussing earlier. The biggest danger facing the American economy for years has been inflation. Now another problem is emerging as a credible threat on the horizon. Unemployment, there it is. Just as inflation continues to cool, yellow lights are flashing in the still strong job market. They said it's still strong, y'all. The Federal Reserve must now confront the risk that it's making a mistake by keeping interest rates too high for too long. That's why some economists are pleading with the Fed to ease up its inflation fight before high interest rates, which it's used to tame surging prices, grind the U.S. economy into a recession. Quote, it's time to cut rates. Inflation is fading as the primary focus of concern. The balance of risks is slowly tipping towards higher unemployment, end quote. This is Joe Brusulas. Look, I tried. That was 3 times, y'all. Mark Zindi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, said the labor market is straining under the weight of high borrowing costs. Quote, the biggest danger is a policy mistake. The Fed keeps rates too high for too long. Right now, the Fed is signaling a September cut. I think that's okay, but if they wait any longer than that, I fear they are going to overdo it, end quote. And you have, you got this it's a election year, right? So, the president who's running for re-election does not want a recession. It's a bad look, but we got to talk about this unemployment. Speaking of unemployment, U.S. school spending to remain muted in 2024. What does muted mean? Low spending. Survey shows back to school spending in the U.S. will stay muted. Deloitte says families are dialing back on expensive electronics this year, and retailers are launching back to school deals earlier than usual. Its survey shows shoppers are expected to spend about $586 per student in kindergarten to 12th grade, compared to $597 per student in 2023. Middle income and low income families are both expected to cut spending this year. Higher income families with annual incomes of over $100,000 are expected to increase average spending by 5%. Walmart, Target, and Shein started back to school deals in the first week of July to get a jump on Amazon in its Prime Day event. While middle income families are eyeing value and willing to shop for private labels, Deloitte said over 2/3 of parents said they may sacrifice brand loyalty if prices are too expensive. We talk about unemployment. Apple at all-time high after Morgan Stanley calls stock top pick for AI efforts. And then look, and then it's down. Yeah, man. When what do they call it? The retail news outlets, just the everyday news people, Reuters and ABC and NBC, they tell you to get into stock. It's too late. It's too late. Judge dismisses classified documents case against Donald Trump special counsel's office to appeal. And he announced that one guy, what is his name? I don't know his name. JD something. I don't pay attention too much. George Stephanopoulos. I've heard his name before. George Stephanopoulos. I think that's it. Gets blunt after Biden interview. I don't think he can serve 4 more years. Pointing this out, we don't have to say any more. We can actually say less. But pointing this out that everyone that had Joe Biden down to win and he was going to run again just a few months ago have turned and said it's over for him. It's over. It's over. Powell indicates Fed won't wait until inflation is down to 2% before cutting rates. And that's what we were talking about there, signaling a rate cut in September. We'll see what happens. I presume they will. They might have to do it sooner. How AI and automation will reshape grocery stores and fast food chains. Yup, Americans heading to the grocery store or their favorite fast food restaurant will already have noticed the introduction of the new technology and such services as self-checkout kiosks and even AI ordering in drive-through lanes. While U.S. consumers facing continued food inflation hunt for deals and shift their spending habits accordingly, the food industry is working to stay competitive by investing in artificial intelligence to help curb high labor operating costs and reduce prices on some items. So they're saying it's good for us if there's less jobs. That's all I read right there. That's all I read. For example, fast food chains like McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Wendy's have reintroduced value menus, and big box retailers Walmart and Target have lowered the price of certain grocery goods. It's because, people aren't, you want to keep your sales, you got to allow people to buy. And if you don't have money, you can't buy. Speaking of money, can't buy. Costco hikes membership fee for the first time since 2017. It's only about $5, and the higher tier is $10. But it relies on these fees to keep prices low as it competes with rivals such as Sam's Club and BJ's. So in order to keep the prices low, they have to raise the price of the membership. Oh, it's JD Vance. That's his name. He's the VP candidate or whatever. Walmart is opening 5 automated distribution centers as it tries to keep its grocery dominance. That's what it's saying. We just want to keep our grocery dominance. We don't want any more employees. That's what it is. It said Wednesday that it will open 5 automated distribution centers for fresh food across the country as the retailer chases efficiency and its online grocery business grows. The discounter's new facilities are roughly 700,000 square feet on average. Chilled and frozen areas have automation that stores and retrieves perishable items such as strawberries and frozen chicken McNuggets that are later sold at stores or added to customers' e-commerce. I might get a cease and desist from Walmart and McDonald's. Walmart is the nation's largest grocer, but it's modernizing its supply chains to keep up with customers who are increasingly picking up orders in the parking lot or getting groceries delivered to their doors. Store pickup and delivery drove the company's 22% e-commerce gains in the U.S. in its most recent quarter. The retailer has been automating supply chain facilities across the country, including distribution centers that handle shelf-stable items and fulfillment centers that help pack and ship online orders. Automation, along with higher margin businesses like advertising, is a key reason why CEO Doug McMillon said in April 2023 that Walmart would grow its profits faster than sales over the next 5 years. Yep. Less employees, you got to pay less salaries, you get more money. The rich, Burberry shares dropped 16% after the luxury giant issues profit warning and replaces its CEO. Yeah, shares plunged 16% after a disappointing fiscal first quarter performance led it to issue a profit warning, replace its CEO, and axe its dividend. The 168-year-old British luxury giant said that if the recent trading slowdown continues, it expects to report an operating loss for the first half of this year and full-year operating profit below current consensus. It also suspended its dividend and named Joshua Schulman, who formerly led Michael Kors and Coach, as new CEO. Jonathan Akeroyd is stepping down, quote, with immediate effect by mutual agreement with the board, end quote. The weakness we highlighted coming into fiscal year 25 has deepened, and if the current trend persists through our Q2, we expect to report an operating loss for our first half. This is Burberry chair Jerry Murphy, who said in a trading update, describing the company's first quarter performance as disappointing. It's, I don't know. It sounds to me like the rich aren't buying anymore. Bitcoin soars to 2-week high after Trump attack. I know I checked my wallet too and was like, wow, okay. Well, technically it's not my wallet. It belongs to the trust. And last but not least, digital humans. You guys ready for these digital humans? The relatable face of artificial intelligence. They got this digital human right here. She's not real. Scrolling through the Instagram account of DJ and aspiring model Dex, you'll see her wearing new outfits, performing at shows around the world, and chatting to her thousands of followers about her hobbies. However, it's clear that there is something different about Dex. She's an entirely virtual, quote, digital human, end quote, designed by the startup in the UK. A startup in the UK. For her performances, Dex is displayed on a video screen or as a holographic projection. With her mixes created by humans, she is animated using Unreal Engine, a 3D modeling software widely used in video games. That's true. Combined with motion capture, generative artificial intelligence allows her to remember information and respond to questions using a voice also generated by AI. Quote, she's probably one of the only digital humans in the performance space that you can have a conversation and interact with. You can ask her anything. She is a genius about music, end quote. This is Denise Harris, CCO of startup Some Vivas. Last month, Dex performed at Digital Fashion Week in New York, Paris, and Milan, and she has modeled outfits by Prada and Louis Vuitton at digital fashion events, man. Models, y'all look out. They're coming for you. They're coming for actors. They're coming for employees. They're coming for professionals. They're coming for actors. They're coming for models. They're coming for artists, painters, writers, for lyrics, singers. So listen, this is going to be some crazy. You know, there's a AI beauty pageant, The Rise. Oh, we're going to go straight to it. Look at this. The rise of the AI beauty pageant and its complicated quest for the perfect woman. Y'all watching this? This is an AI generated image. You know, there's a lot of people on the internet that cannot tell the difference between a real image and the artificial intelligence image. Look, I'm just going to point this out. You got to look at, see this collar right here? And then it just stops. Can you see the shade and what appears to be lack of depth in her eye right here? You can tell by the hair. I don't see any follicles. You know what I mean? And of course that could be Photoshop, but look, this collar right here, and then the shadowing here in her neck. That's AI. That's AI. But 10 women participating in a beauty pageant is nothing new. Some posed candidly. Some played to the camera, their beauty forever frozen in the moment. In time, like many other pageants held in countries around the world, the contestants are young, thin, and embody many of the standards defining traditional beauty. But that is where the similarities to a traditional beauty pageant end. None of these women are real. Everything about them, even the emotion that flickers across their faces, is generated by artificial intelligence for the world's first ever AI beauty pageant. Each has a creator or team of creators who use programs like OpenAI's DALL-E 3, Midjourney, or Stable Diffusion to generate images of women from text prompts. These 10 contestants have been selected from a pool of more than 1,500 entrants to make the finals of Miss AI, scheduled to be held at the end of June and broadcast online by its organizers, the World AI Creators Awards. Okay, yeah. So they already did this, y'all. It's done. It's done, did it. You can check it out. Check out the, you should definitely check out the results if you're interested. Me personally, I'm not. But yeah, with that being said, I trust that you enjoyed yourself today, that you learned something from the current events, and that, as you always should, take care of yourself. Make sure you say 10 things that you are thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. It's very important. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow on current events. Peace, y'all.